Hey everybody, it's CDP. Thanks for tuning in to my 30 minutes live with CDP Super Bowl 55 preview show tonight here on YouTube. If you guys who check it out, could you please let me know what you think of the video feed and the audio? Just want to make sure everything's good and stuff like that. So anyways, as you can see, guys, I'm wearing my Super Bowl hat since it's Super Bowl Saturday. This is Super Bowl 40 hat when it was in Detroit on February 6th, 2006. That's hard to believe. Super Bowl 40 was 16 years ago. That's hard. 15 years ago. Sorry, yeah, it was 15 years ago. Where Pittsburgh Steelers and Jerome Bettis, who the Detroit native, beat the Seattle Seahawks to win their fifth Super Bowl, and they ended up winning one more after that. So, yeah, I decided to wear my Super Bowl 40 hat from Detroit Ford Field from 2006. So, anyways, guys, some of you who tuned in last night, 30 minutes live with CDP on my Facebook page. I hope you enjoyed my interview with New England Patriots radio play-by-play announcer Bob Soshi. I could have talked to Bob for 2, 3, 4 hours, but Bob was nice enough to give me a half an hour, and I actually went over the half an hour. So I talked to Bob almost an hour on there. So anyways, like I said, I hope you guys liked Bob Soshi and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, yeah, so it's Saturday night and we're on the eve of Super Bowl 55. So I'll do a preview of it. There is some news about the Kansas City Chiefs. The son of Andy Reid, the head coach, Brett Reid, is in the hospital after being in a car accident, and two young children, I guess one's in critical care. The other one, I think, is going to be okay. I don't know too much about it, but allegedly, Brett Reid, the son of Andy Reid, the Chiefs head coach, admitted to drinking. So the Kansas City police are going to have to investigate this, and Brett Reid will definitely not be at Super Bowl 55, and he'll possibly face DUI charges in the upcoming weeks or whatever. So that's all I know about that. So that is a bit of a distraction for the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid did go on the flight with the team today to Tampa Bay, so Andy Reid will definitely be coaching in Super Bowl 55. But it's going to be hard to keep this off his mind when his son is in a lot of trouble with the law and what happened to these two children. So hopefully they'll be okay and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, so that's the latest Super Bowl news. Like I said, guys, thank you for all tuning in. And like I said, we'll start the show really shortly. Just give me 1 second, guys. Before I start the show, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know, please follow me on Facebook if you like. Chris Palme Sports Blog page on Facebook I've created. Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Chris D. Palme, and I tweet quite often there. And then I'm on Instagram if you guys want to add me. I have a private account, but if I know you, I will accept you. And then I do have this YouTube channel here where I'm working on it. I've got 11 subscribers now and 63 videos. And then you can email me at cpalme19@gmail.com. So anyways, guys, yeah, like I said. And then just like I said, I appreciate you guys all coming on here. And I can talk some Super Bowl preview with you guys. So anyways, yeah. I hope you guys are all doing well and stuff like that too. So, first thing I'll talk about, it's a little bit. Did you know in this game, both quarterbacks, but we'll start with Patrick Mahomes. Did you know Patrick Mahomes was drafted by the Major League Baseball's Detroit Tigers in the 37th round of the 2014 draft, but he did not sign with the Detroit Tigers. He elected to go to college to play football. So Patrick Mahomes could have been a Detroit Tiger. He had quite the talent. He was drafted as a pitcher. His father, Patrick Mahomes Sr., was a Major League Baseball pitcher. Yeah, Mahomes' father, Pat Sr., was a Major League pitcher from 1992 to 2003 with the Mets, Boston Texans, Cubs, and the Pirates. So that's a little tidbit on Patrick Mahomes. And as for Mr. Brady, Tom Brady, who ended up playing college football at the University of Michigan for 4 years. Tom Brady was originally drafted as a catcher by the Montreal Expos in 1995 by general manager Kevin Malloy, but he did not sign and elected to go and play college football at the University of Michigan under the former Wolverines coach at the time, now Lloyd Carr. So, yeah, Tom Brady could have. They said Tom Brady had the potential to be an all-star catcher. He had a very good arm behind the plate, and he had a lot of potential. So, possibly these guys. Brady could have been an Expo and Mahomes could have been a Detroit Tiger, but now Mahomes is in his third year with the Chiefs, and Brady is in his 21st year in the NFL. So, just a little bit of tidbit news there for you guys. But like I said, we'll get to the weather forecast for tomorrow night, too. So, the weather forecast tomorrow for Super Bowl 55 in Tampa Bay, Florida, as of now, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 p.m. The kickoff is obviously at 6:30. It's going to be partly sunny there with a high near 73 degrees, which isn't bad. Southwest winds of 7 miles per hour with a chance of 20-mile-hour winds later on. So later in the evening, the winds could be a bit of a factor, but overall, the weather looks like it's going to be a decent weather forecast for this game. So, but we'll see what happens here, guys. Like I said, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. So we'll start talking some football now. Anybody that wants to come on live with me, please let me know, and I'll send you an invite. Like I said, so. And let's see. Since we're speaking about Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won their only Super Bowl in Super Bowl 37 against the Oakland Raiders by a score of 48-21. John Gruden outcoached Mike Callahan for the Raiders. But Tampa Bay's defense was dominant in that game, winning by a score of 48-21. Brad Johnson was a journeyman quarterback who led the Bucs to the Super Bowl. The MVP for Super Bowl 37, guys, was Dexter Jackson, their safety. He had 2 big interceptions in that game. So, but yeah, like I said, Tampa Bay is now in their second ever Super Bowl, their first one since 37. And this is the Kansas City Chiefs' fourth Super Bowl. So let's see. Yeah, so yeah, Kansas City's in their fourth Super Bowl. They played in Super Bowl 1, Super Bowl 4, 54, and now 55. Kansas City's looking for their third ever Super Bowl championship. They did win in 1970 under Lynn Dawson, and then last year in Super Bowl 54 against Patrick Mahomes. So, and speaking of Mr. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are now trying to become the first NFL team since the 03-04 Patriots to win back-to-back Super Bowl championships, which have been done since Tom Brady and the Patriots did. And ironically, the Patriots repeated as Super Bowl champs against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 39 in Jacksonville, Florida, where Brady and the Patriots defeated the Eagles 24-21 in a game that Terrell Owens was outstanding for the Eagles, playing with a broken leg. But unfortunately, Donovan McNabb made too many mistakes with interceptions. And when you're playing Brady and Belichick at the time, Patriot teams, anytime you make mistakes, they'll capitalize and make you pay for them. So, but it is a rematch. Speaking of that, it is a Super Bowl rematch of Super Bowl 39 between Kansas City head coach Andy Reid, who was with the Eagles back then in 04 when they lost to the Patriots. Andy Reid and Tom Brady, who led the Pats to a 24-21 win over the Eagles and a repeat of Super Bowl champs in Jacksonville, Florida. So Andy Reid's in his third Super Bowl appearance as head coach, second in a row with Kansas City. And win or lose, in my opinion, Andy Reid will be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned. He's had a great football career, and he was the coach of the Eagles from 1999 to 2012. Took the Eagles to 1 Super Bowl appearance. They didn't win, obviously, and 5 NFC championship games. And then with the Chiefs in his time with Kansas City, he's taken the Chiefs now to back-to-back Super Bowls and 3 consecutive AFC championship games. So win or lose the Super Bowl, to me, Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame coach to me. But we'll see what happens. anyways, guys, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this game tomorrow. So, anyways, so yeah, some other stuff. Did you know the Bucs offensive coordinator, Coach Brian Leftwich, was a Jacksonville Jaguars starting quarterback in 2006 in a wild card playoff game against Brady and the Pats, which Leftwich got defeated by Brady and Belichick. So that's just another little bit of tidbit news there for you. It's amazing how Leftwich was a really good quarterback with the Jags back then, and he lost to Brady, and then 15 years later, Brady's still playing. So, but it's just amazing. So, anyways, guys, like I said, thank you for whoever watches this now or later. Like I said, this is Kansas City's fourth ever Super Bowl appearance and Tampa Bay's second ever appearance. Chiefs played in Super Bowl one. They lost to Green Bay. Super Bowl 4 they won, 54 they won, and 55 we'll see what happens tomorrow night. And the Bucs was Super Bowl 37. So, anyways, some other stats from this, guys. Kansas City's had two Super Bowl MVPs. In 1970 and Super Bowl 4, it was quarterback Lynn Dawson. And then Super Bowl 54, it was Patrick Mahomes. Tampa Bay's lone Super Bowl MVP was Dexter Jackson, a safety, who had two important interceptions versus Rich Gannon of the then Oakland Raiders back then. So just some other tidbits and stuff like that. So, and some other stats, guys. Kansas City's quarterback Patrick Mahomes is 25-1 in his last 26 starts as the Chiefs quarterback, which is outstanding. This guy wins in the regular season. This guy wins in the playoffs. And somebody brought this up tonight on the NFL Network. Mahomes' only loss in the playoffs came in the 2018 AFC Championship game to Brady and the Patriots in overtime. But the reason why he lost that game was he never got the ball in overtime. The coin toss gave New England the ball, and Brady, being Brady, led them to the winning touchdown for that game. So, Mahomes' one loss was to Brady and the Patriots in overtime, which was decided by a coin toss. So, Mahomes does not lose very, very often at all. So, but we'll see. Here's some other stats, guys. Patrick Mahomes is the last quarterback to beat Tom Brady in the Bucs this year, back on November 29th, 2020, at Raymond Stadium. 27-24 win for the Chiefs. They did have a big lead in that game, and in the second half, Tampa Bay made a game out of it. But like I said, Tyree Hill in the first half of that game, I believe, had over 202 yards receiving. So Tyree Hill was definitely a factor in that game. But in the second half of that game, Tampa Bay did contain Kansas City a little bit more, and they did get back into the game. But that was the last loss for the Bucs back on November 29th, 2020 at Raymond James Stadium. So in that game, Mr. Mahomes versus the Bucs defense kind of chewed them up, threw for 462 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, while Tom Brady was 27 out of 41 for 345 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. So I think one of the keys in this game, guys, is turnovers. Brady got away with it against Green Bay 2 weeks ago. In the NFC Championship game, he threw 3 interceptions, and Green Bay could just get 6 points off of it. Green Bay turned the ball over twice to Tampa Bay, and Brady and the Bucs got 14 points. So I think one of the keys to this game is going to be turnovers. Whoever turns the ball over and capitalizes it and gets touchdowns out of it, field goals are going to beat Mahomes and Brady. So whoever can get turnovers is going to be a key to this game, and who can capitalize on the turnovers. If Green Bay could have just even got one more touchdown out of a Brady interception, they could have beaten Tampa Bay. So we'll see how well Brady plays, but I think to handle the running backs have to make sure they secure the ball, and Brady and Mahomes cannot afford to throw interceptions, because I think either team gets turnovers. I think that might be their demise, because these offenses are so powerful. You cannot give them the ball in good field position. So, but anyways, guys, like I said, this is head coach Andy Reid's third ever Super Bowl appearance as head coach. Super Bowl 39 loss was Philly, Super Bowl 54 win was Kansas City, and now Super Bowl 55 with Kansas City. So, And as for Tampa Bay's head coach, that would be Bruce Arians. This is his first Super Bowl appearance as head coach of the NFL team. And it should be noted that Arians was one time a running backs. Bruce Arians at one time back in 89 to 92 was a running backs coach with the Kansas City Chiefs at the time. So Arians has been around a long time in the game of football. He's been with many teams, and he's a well-respected coach. And I think he's done a solid job with Tampa Bay this year. Like I said, getting this team 11-5 and then winning 3 road playoff games. So 14-5 is not shabby at all for Tampa Bay. So let's see some other facts, guys. Like I said, I like stats and facts. Tampa Bay leads the all-time series between the two franchises. They don't play very often since Kansas City's in the AFC and Tampa Bay's in the NFC. But Tampa Bay leads the overall series against the Chiefs 7-6. And their first ever meeting between the two franchises was October 31st, 1976, which the Chiefs won. Tampa Bay did not win a game in their expansion year of 1976. They went 0-14, and then they started out the 1977 season 0-12. So the Buccaneers lost their first 26 NFL games before they finally won a game. But that meeting on October 31st, 1976, the Chiefs won that game. So here's something else for you folks. When Tampa Bay came in the league in 76, they were originally in the AFC West. And then by 77, the NFL moved them to the NFC. And that's so. But it's funny that Tampa Bay at one point was in the AFC just for a brief year. So, anyways, guys, like I said, let's see. There's some other stuff I was going to talk about too, about some of the meetings. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So, let's see. We're going to talk about Kansas City's defensive coordinator. Is been with Andy Reid for a long time. He was with Reid with the Eagles under Jim Johnson as an assistant coach from 99 to 2006 with the Philadelphia Eagles. Spagnuolo learned a lot from the great Jim Johnson, who was a blitz pressure-oriented defensive coordinator. And Spagnuolo, after 2006, went to New York to become the defensive coordinator under Tom Coughlin. And as you guys know, in Super Bowl 42, the New York Giants upset the Patriots, who were undefeated at 18-0, 17-14 in Super Bowl 42. The Giants' defense that game contained the Patriots to 14 points offense, which was amazing. And they sacked Brady 5 times, and they forced Brady into some bad throws and disrupted Brady's timing and the high-powered Patriots offense in Super Bowl 42. So I think Kansas City is going to use a similar game plan defensively like the Giants did in Super Bowl 42. I think you're going to see a lot of blitzing, and I think you're going to see a lot of pressure on Brady, because it's been proven that if you can get pressure on Brady and sack him or even hit him or just get him to throw some bad balls, turnovers can occur. And I think that's the best way of going about it. So expect the Kansas City Chiefs to try to get pressure and go after Brady with blitzes and all that too. So the only thing is, if you don't get to Brady, he can burn your secondary quite easily. So there is a bit of a risk when you do that with pressure and blitzing Tom Brady. But I think Spagnuolo has done it before, and I think he's going to do a similar game plan that the Giants used in Super Bowl 42 against the New England Patriots. So we'll see what happens there. But like I said, Kansas City defensive coordinator Spagnuolo served under Andy Reid from 99 to 2006. Yeah, I already mentioned that. So, but like I said, guys, we'll see what happens here. But I'm looking forward to this game. So, anyways, so my next thing I want to talk about is some keys to the game. CDP's 3 keys to a Super Bowl win for Kansas City. Number 1, can Kansas City's offensive line, which is banged up right now and losing Eric Fisher after the AFC Championship game against Buffalo, can they protect Mahomes enough so he can throw the ball effectively and open up the running lanes for the running backs Claire Edwards-Helaire and Damian Williams? Because I think if the offensive line can pass protect Mahomes, and they can run the ball with Hilaire and Williams as well, and be a two-dimensional offense. I think it's going to make things awfully tough for Tampa Bay. So that's one of the keys is the O line. How are they going to stand up against Tampa Bay's front four? And Tampa Bay has a good defense, especially their front four, and they're well coached. Tampa Bay's defensive coordinator is Todd Bowles, who is a former head coach in the NFL. I believe with the Jets, I believe, but I think this matchup is going to be really important here. The O lines, I think, for both teams. So, yeah. Anyways, another key to this game, guys. For me, CDP's second key of the game. Can Kansas City's defensive front four, led by Frank Clark, get enough and Chris Jones get enough pressure on Tom Brady to disrupt his timing? And can Kansas City's secondary, led by Tyrone Matthew, shut down the Bucs receivers and tight ends? Because you got Mike Edwards, you got Chris Godwin, you got Scotty Miller, you got Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, and you got OJ Howard, I believe, if he dresses for this game. One of the injuries right now for the Kansas City Chiefs, Sammy Watkins is questionable for this game, so I'm not sure if Sammy Watkins is going to play this game or not. So we'll see what happens. But this is my second key to this game: is their front four can get enough pressure on Brady to disrupt his timing, and can Kansas City secondary shut down the Bucs receivers and tight ends. They did an excellent job in the AFC Championship game, shutting down the Buffalo Bills receivers. They did. Yeah, they basically played tight coverage and physical with Diggs and Beasley and John Brown and Gabriel Davis and Dawson Knox. And the Bills just couldn't get anything going, really. And I thought they did the Kansas City's defense, I think so, underrated. And Bob Sochi brought this up with me last night on my show on Facebook Live, that Kansas City's defense has improved quite a bit in the last couple of the years, especially with their front four. And they got solid linebackers, and they've got a good secondary. So that's going to be another key. And then the third key to this game, guys, for Kansas City, if they want to win this game, is going to be turnovers. Can the Chiefs get some turnovers against the Bucs and capitalize on them and win? And also another thing, win the time of possession and keep Brady and the Bucs offense off the field, because the best way to beat Tom Brady is to keep him on the sideline and keep that offense off the field. 3 and outs is not going to help Kansas City, and turnovers as well. So my third key of the game is actually 2 more, and that's turnovers, win the turnover battle, and also time of possession, because I think you're going to need long scoring drives to limit how many possessions Brady and that Bucs offense gets. So we'll see what happens, guys. But those are my 3 keys for the Kansas City Chiefs if they want to win Super Bowl 55. So, like I said, now we'll break down Tampa Bay. CDP's 3 keys for a Bucs Super Bowl 55 win. Obviously, Tom Brady. Need him to be Tom Terrific and not Tom throwing 3 interceptions against Green Bay. So with Tampa Bay has a chance to win this game, Tom Brady must play well and can't turn the ball over, and has to try to avoid sacks and all that and bad throws. So against Green Bay, they did get some pressure on him, and he did throw some bad passes. So, but Tampa Bay's defense bailed Brady out, because normally in any NFL game, regular season, especially a playoff game, you throw 3 interceptions, generally you're going to lose. So that's going to be a key there. Brady cannot turn the ball over and has to play well. So we'll see. Another key for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is their defensive front four, their linebackers and secondary. Can they contain, limit the Chiefs' high-powered offense? And can the Bucs secondary, which has been playing better since the playoffs started, play physical enough against the Chiefs receivers and Hill, Hardman, Travis Kelce? I'm not sure about Sammy Watkins, if he's going to play or not, but we'll see what happens there. And the Chiefs are also going to use Damian Williams out of the backfield. Same with Clive Edwards Hilaire as well. So the Chiefs do have a really good offense, but it's going to be important that the Bucs front four, their linebackers, and the secondary contain the Chiefs' high offense. Patrick Mahomes did get a neck stinger against Cleveland in the divisional round, which I think is now long gone. They had to go under concussion protocol, but I think there's no issues with concussions with Mahomes. He did play with a turf toe in that game against Cleveland and Buffalo, but he's had 2 weeks off. So I'm not sure Mahomes is completely 100% healthy, but this extra week off for the Super Bowl. We'll see if they can limit Mahomes into making him into a pocket passing quarterback, because Mahomes is a threat to run, and he's a fairly good athlete. So we'll see if they can keep him in the pocket and not let him try to run out of the pocket. So we'll see what happens there, guys. And then the third key is this goes for both teams. Okay, win the turnover battle against Kansas City and the time of possession. Basically the same thing, except it's now keep Mahomes on the bench with long scoring drives. And if I know Bruce Arians and Brian Leftwich, I think this is what they're going to do. They're going to have a mixture of passing and running the ball, but I think they're going to want to long scoring drives because there's a number of factors. A, you keep Mahomes in that Chiefs offense on the sideline, and two, these long scoring drives eventually will tire out Kansas City's defense. So I do believe I believe Tampa Bay is going to have a mixture of offense with the running game, with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, and I think the best way of beating Mahomes is keeping Mahomes on the bench with long scoring drives. So those are the three keys points for both teams for me. And this one's similar. So, and again, guys, I mentioned this earlier in my broadcast. The weather forecast so far for Tampa Bay: 30% chance of showers, thunderstorms before 1 p.m., partly sunny with a high in there of 73, and southwest winds of 7 miles per hour with a chance of 20-mile-an-hour winds later on in the game. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. But like I said, we'll see. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, guys. Who are you picking Super Bowl 55 and why? Whoever watches this later on after I end this broadcast, if you want to type some comments down, that would be great. And let me know who you're picking to win Super Bowl 55 and why. And then my other question for you guys is, who is your Super Bowl 55 MVP? At the end of this broadcast, I'll tell you who I'm picking to win the Super Bowl and who's going to be the MVP. And then here's another question for you guys. Will you watch the halftime show with the artist? I think he's 30-year-old artist, Weekend. I believe he's from Canada. To be honest, I have no interest in the band The Weekend, so I'll probably just use a halftime show to go to the washroom and get my food and my beer and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, I'm probably not going to watch too much of the halftime show. I might watch the guys analyze the first half, but as for the band The Weekend, I'm not a big fan of them, so we'll see. And my last question for you guys tonight. It's not really a Super Bowl question. It's basically an NFL question. Do you guys think Deshaun Watson from Houston, Carson Wentz from my Eagles, will both be moved in the offseason via trades to other teams? Let me know yes or no. I feel both of them will have new teams, Watson and Wentz. If there's teams out there that are willing to pay the price, like the Rams did for Matt Stafford, I think you're going to see more quarterback switches. Peter King the other day was on After Hours with Amy Lawrence on CBS Radio. And when she was interviewing Peter King basically said he expects there to be 20 quarterbacks switching teams in the offseason, which is a lot. I know Indianapolis is now looking for a quarterback after Philip Rivers retired. And I know New England's looking for one, possibly two, because Cam Newton really struggled last year with the Patriots. So they're probably looking for a starting quarterback. And Pittsburgh's still got to decide about Big Ben Roethlisberger, who's got a monster contract. And Pittsburgh is over the salary cap, and they cannot afford to keep him at that contract. So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot more quarterback moves. And then you got Philadelphia, too, with Wentz possibly being gone. And we'll see what happens there. But like I said, guys, it's going to be an interesting off season, definitely after Super Bowl 55. But if you guys want to send me comments to my questions and all that after the show, that would be great. So, but like I said, guys, I appreciate whoever watches this later on. And I hope you enjoyed my Super Bowl 55 preview show. So I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. But anyways, like I said, let's see. I'm going to give you guys my Super Bowl prediction and the over under. The Las Vegas odds right now are Chiefs by -3.5 to win the Super Bowl, and the over under is 56 points total. I do think the Chiefs are going to win. I'm going to predict. Basically, here's my prediction. I believe Kansas City will win by 3 points. I agree the minus 3 points. I think the Chiefs will win by a field goal. But I think the over under, I think it'll be over 56 points. Right now, they have it at 56 points total between these two teams. I think it'll actually be 79 points. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, a back and forth, and I see the Chiefs winning and repeating as Super Bowl champs 41-38 with Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce as Super Bowl 55 MVP. So the point spread is Chiefs by -3 points. I got them at 3, and I got the over at 79 points. Like I said, I was watching a game last week on the NFL Network from a couple years ago where Mahomes took on Brady and the Patriots in New England, and that was quite the game. I believe it was a Sunday night game a couple years ago. Brady and the Pats won 43-40 on a last-second field goal by Stephen Gostkowski, but that game was outstanding. It was just back and forth. For the first half of that game, New England basically shut down Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. I believe in that game they only scored 9 points at halftime. And then in the second half, Mahomes and the Chiefs went crazy and scored 31 points and scored 40. So this game is going to be a lot similar to that one in New England a couple years ago, 43-40. And then 2 years ago, the AFC Championship game, New England had Mahomes and the Chiefs offense stopped at halftime. And then in the second half, Mahomes and the Chiefs offense couldn't be stopped. But the problem was Kansas City's defense couldn't stop Brady and the Patriots as well. So I really do think it's going to be a high-scoring game, 41-38 for Kansas City, and it'll be an over of 79 points. So, but we'll see what happens. Everybody likes to pick the quarterbacks. Brady's won 4 MVPs. Mahomes won a Super Bowl MVP. But I really have a feeling that Kansas City's tight end, Travis Kelce, the brother of Eagles' longtime center and Super Bowl champion 52, Jason Kelce, is going to have an outstanding game. So we'll see. But who knows? It could be somebody like Damian Williams. It could be Claire Edwards-Helaire. It could be for Tampa Bay, it could be Ronald Jones, or it could be Leonard Fournette, could be Scotty Miller too. So we'll see what happens there, guys. But please, when you guys watch this show later tonight or tomorrow, please feel free to send me comments and messages and let me know what you thought of my Super Bowl 55 preview show and if you liked it and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow. You got coverage all day on the NFL Network. And then ESPN will be doing their Super Bowl special in the morning as well. And then you got CBS, I believe at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon with their Super Bowl coverage. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo will be calling the game for CBS. And Tracy Wilson, who does a really good job with CBS, will be the sideline reporter. I imagine they're going to have a second sideline reporter as well, but I'm not sure who that is right now. But I'm really, really looking forward to this game. Like I said, Tom Brady's playing in his 10th Super Bowl, going for his record 7th Super Bowl ring. And Patrick Mahomes is playing in his 2nd consecutive Super Bowl and trying to win back-to-back rings like Brady did in 03-04. So, yeah, like I said, guys, I'd love to hear your comments on my show. And like I said, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. And just to let you guys know, my next 30 minutes live with CDP will be Wednesday night, February 10th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I have Mike Farwell from 570 News in Kitchener and the longtime play-by-play voice of the Ontario Hockey League's Kitchener Rangers will be on 30 Minutes Live with CDP to talk to me about his career in radio, specifically with 570 News in Kitchener, and how he is following in the footsteps of the late great Don Cameron, who called Kitchener Rangers games on the radio for 50 years. So Mike Falwell has done the Rogers TV with the Rangers as their broadcaster, and then he became an analyst on the radio with the late Don Cameron before Don passed away. I believe about a year ago or so. So we'll see, but I'm looking forward to this. Mike knows his sports, and he knows the Ontario Hockey League very well, and I am looking forward to interviewing Mike this Wednesday night, February 10th, 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. I will try to do my podcast here on YouTube once a month, and I will try to do one on Twitter as well. So, hopefully you guys can tune in to see my interview with Mike this Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook Live. So, anyways, guys, like I said, this is my first ever YouTube broadcast. So. Hopefully you guys, the audio is okay, and you guys, the video footage is okay too. So I do have more guests coming on 30 Minutes Live with CDP, besides Mike Farwell. I've got another gentleman coming on from TSN in a couple weeks, and I also have a couple of sportscaster and news reporter out of Detroit coming on as well. So, anyways, guys, again, CDP says Kansas City 41, Tampa Bay 38 final. I would be shocked if it went to overtime. And I believe Travis Kelce, the future Hall of Fame tight end for the Chiefs, is going to be the Super Bowl MVP. And that's another matchup, too, I should have talked to you guys a little bit more about. You got Travis Kelce, who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retires, and against Rob Gronkowski, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer as well. So you got two of the greatest tight ends of all time going head to head, along with Mahomes against Brady. So we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys, like I said, enjoy the game tomorrow night. And please give me feedback here with the comment section later on tonight, and let me know what you thought of my Super Bowl preview show. So, anyways, guys, like I said, I'm going to call it a night. But thank you all for coming on my Super Bowl 55 preview show. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'd love some comments and feedback as well. So, anyways, I'm going to have my pizza from Papa John's tomorrow night with wings and a beer, and enjoy the 6:30 kickoff, and hopefully the game lives up to expectations. You never know with Super Bowls. I've seen some very great Super Bowls, and I've seen some duds Super Bowls, especially a couple years ago with the Patriots-Rams game. That wasn't one of the better Super Bowls. The Patriots won 13-3, but it was very sloppy offensively. So, but all right, guys, take care. And we'll see you guys Wednesday night, 7 o'clock on Facebook Live when I interview Mike Farwell from 570 News in Kitchener. And we'll talk some OHL and Kitchener Rangers hockey with Mr. Farwell. Okay, guys, take care. Good night. Go Chiefs. Go Bucs. Let's hope it's a great Super Bowl. Take care, guys. Good night.